Hey, bourbon brothers and sisters, Angry Mac here. And today, my journey, craft journey, takes us down to Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. Before you watch this, if I popped up in your algorithm, please give me a subscription. It's free. Hit the button. Doesn't cost you anything. Let's get me to 300. 300 on the way to how many thousands I would love to see. And so everybody can enjoy my journey. So heading down to Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, Southern Grace Distillery. Thomas Thacker, owner, founder, went out, had a little place in town, outgrew it, a prison, the Whisky prison. A prison became available, and he said, you know what? Great idea. So this correction facility, it was Mount Pleasant Prison. So he buys this, and it's a prison. Cells, hot box, iron bars. It is the real deal. It is even complete with a guard tower with, I think his name was Phil, sitting in there ready to go. Nobody's escaping this whiskey prison, and why would you want to? Because the juice they're putting out is absolutely fantastic. Thomas Thacker had to think, is this a genius idea, or is just another idea that just didn't fail? Or did fail, because genius ideas they don't always pan out. But Thomas Thacker and his crew are trying to make this pan out, and they're putting out some unbelievable product. So instead of tearing down the distillery, they built it up. They built up the distillery, and if you go there today, it was one of the best tours I've ever had. Zach, our tour guide, came out and knew the place soup to nuts. You could hear the caring in what he said. He was telling us a story, and one of our group asked him something. He says, you know what? I don't have an answer for that one. I'm going to have to speak to the master distiller. Great question. And that just told me the honesty and integrity that goes on there throughout the employees, because he could have made something up. And odds are, one of us may have known, but who knows? We may not have known. So we had Thomas Thacker had a real passion for this. Sanity versus brilliance versus passion. So he goes out, leaves whatever he's doing, comes back, North Carolina, that's where he grew up, gives a lot back to the community, spoke to on the phone, and they are very community-based. Their goal is to have their product locally very much. Now, I have for that goal to get it out there, which they're now shipping to, I think, 46, 47 states. I'm not really sure. So what you want here is to listen to the story. Listen to the story about the whiskey prison that opened up in the 70s and was jailing moonshiners. They were taking the moonshiners, which is ironic because now we're making whiskey. So they're taking these moonshiners, and it just kept getting overcrowded to 2011. They told us the story that it was so crowded, there was only one TV. Back in the 70s, it's a minimum security. A couple of inmates escaped, stole a TV down the block, came back. Now they had two TVs, and the guard went, what's going on here? Obviously got caught. They were in jail for a reason, but they didn't leave, which was odd. I'm surprised they didn't escape and get out of there. They really just wanted to watch that game, whatever they were doing. So, but I digress. The story. The story is more than a bottle and a cork. You can get any story with a bottle and a cork. Any story at all. I can tell you anything over a drink. You could share a drink with anything, and you share stories. But the story is going to drive us in. The story is going to make us curious. Wow, pretty cool. A prison that is now a distillery. It is a beautiful distillery. It is the loudest distillery I've ever been in my entire life. I've been in quite a few. They use that sonic movement to get the liquid going in those barrels, to get more barrel oak involvement. It's agitating those barrels, and I spoke about this before. They went out and they want to do things differently. They want to do things differently. They want to be innovative. They want to be experimental. And it goes back to some of their products. And I have three of their basic products here. We have the Founders Reserve small batch single barrel, I believe. We have the Conviction. This is their main line. This is the double oak, which is absolutely phenomenal. You could ask Brad from Brad's Bourbon Reviews. He is a big supporter of Conviction, especially the double oak. He's the one who had them all behind him, and he's the one who brought my attention to Conviction. And then I happened to go on a visit with the Bourbon Theory, who lives right down there, actually gave me this bottle. So the story brings you in, but the story isn't going to keep you in. The story is going to bring you to the craft. And you ask yourself, are these products we have, the conviction line, experimental finishes, small batch, single barrels, all kinds of different picks by people working there, stores. They're really a great operation from soup to nuts. Now they believe in some different type of ways to make whiskey down there. While they have their traditional ways, they believe in faster aging using that loud music. They want big flavor profiles, and I think the barrels are somewhat smaller than your typical barrels. I think they were a little bit smaller. You know, you drink a bottle of Conviction or a glass of Conviction. Don't drink the bottle at the same time. You may be getting convicted. Just saying, throwing it out there. Big flavors. This is not a casual stroll. This is a speed walking event because you're going to get hit with some big flavors that are absolutely delicious, thick mouth coating. This is another place that is a real craft distiller. And nowadays, when you're looking to spend your money, craft distillers really do get looked at a little bit more than your heritage, your legacy. They get looked at, and that's just the way it is because they're asking you to pay a premium for their product that most of the time you probably haven't tried. Wow, that was a mouthful. New York speaks fast. I hope you listen fast. So is it a gimmick? A little bit. It's a little bit of a gimmick. Is it they get judged harder than most? Yeah. So they have to deal with being judged harder than most and a little bit of a gimmick. The Whiskey Prison has both. It's also young. There's a little bit of a gimmick. Marketing, Whiskey Prison, these are all fair. These are fair. But the reality is it's big, bold flavor by the people who work there, whether it's the bartender, Virginia, who went through a little medical issue. I hope you're doing all right, Virginia. I hope you do see this. To Zach, the tour guide, to Thomas Thacker, to everybody who works there. They were so, it seemed like they were just personally vested. And that's what you get when you go to these craft distillers, and that's what you're buying. You're buying not only great juice, you're buying the passion and the love that is actually in this bourbon, in whatever they're making. I said, you could ask Brand Reviews, you could ask Bourbon Theory, you could ask anybody who's ever been down there. So why should you go down to the North Carolina? Why should you go to Mount Pleasant? As I said, how many times are you going to be in a prison and not be convicted? They actually have a hot box that they make special barrels in. They'll put a barrel in that hot box in the summer. I can't even imagine the temperatures it is in there. It is really archaic to think that prisoners were once in there. It's absolutely insane. They are not looking, Southern Grace, Conviction, they're not looking just to make you great whiskey. They're looking to give you a product that you're going to remember. They're looking to improve each product. This is one of their experimental finishes right here. This is the Amarone. I haven't even tried this one. I bought this because Bourbon Theory, Josh said, Mac, if you're going to buy one, this is the one you have to buy. They're looking to improve. They're looking for every bottle to be progress. And from what I understand, the finishes they had a few years ago, the new ones, light years ahead. Absolutely light years. And that's a testament to the work of the people that are down there. Southern Grace Distillery. If you want bold, if you want unique, if you want incredible flavors, if you want a story, get yourself to Southern Grace Distillery. Buy a bottle. Go on their website. Buy a bottle. Support the craft. If you want heritage, legacy, you want just your regular old consistency, a pour that you know is just going to be good, go get yourself a Buffalo Trace. You really can't miss with a Buffalo Trace. It's good all the time, but it's the same. Here you're looking for the variations. Here you're looking for the bold flavors. I'll tell you, these will hit the mark. Get down there, call Southern Grace, buy a bottle, tell them Angry Mac sent you. It's damn delicious. Angry Mac approved. You are welcome for being turned on to the Southern Grace. I'm going to drink this Conviction right here, not the Founders. Actually, the Founders Reserve, which is one of my favorite pours. It is such a rich, full of flavor, candy delicacy that, I mean, I can't even tell you how much. I did review this. It's on my TikTok channel. The color is beautiful. The smell is full of caramel, big, bold flavor. Absolutely phenomenal mouth covering. This is really good. Caramel, butterscotch, toffee, you name it. Nice kick of heat at like, I think 126 proof. Find the people you love. Give them a hug. Get them some Southern Grace. Get them convicted. But most of all, it's never, ever what's in the glass. Even though what's in the glass helps. You want great juice. It's the people you drink with. And right now, I'm having a drink with you. Cheers.